So here I am, crap to cream, Saturday morning. Getting ready for the big start. So, put fuel in the fuel tank. Fuel came out of the fuel tank. So, I'm just hoping you can see there. Fuel coming out of fuel tank. So, hole in fuel tank, not good. So it wasn't leaking 3 years ago when it got all cleaned up and painted and pressure tested. And yeah, it's got a leak now. So that's the end of that. So big start now on hold. I've fixed up all the other bits and pieces that I had to do. I was waiting for some bling to come back. So that was this bracket here. So that bracket's now been done. Also the fuel overflow line, I was waiting for that to come back. So the cable's done for the heat to tap. As you would have seen in the last one, I took the sump off, put Vaseline in the fuel pump, in the oil pump, sorry, and that worked a treat. So I've drained now the oil back to a normal level, and yep, it gets 50 psi now on cranking, so that's pretty good. Anyway, with the fuel leak and the smell of fuel now, I'm getting a bit of a headache, but there you go. Yeah, so it was all ready for going for the big start this morning, and yeah, it didn't quite work out. So I have to carry on with the sound deadening now. So I've started that, but not made much progress, as you can see. So yeah, bits and pieces done here. So been inside the doors. So yeah, everything all worked here now. The cables are all in, chokes in, all works, choke works. So that's all good. And I think that's about it from where I'm up to right now. I think. So I have to go and figure out what I'm going to do about a fuel tank. That's a bit of a bugger. I had the issue with the wiring with the fuel pump. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but it didn't. The fuel pump wouldn't work. So when I got my trusty manual out, my MGB Essential Electrical Manual, what I'd done is I'd connected the white into this Deutz plug here, and there's a white and a black one. There's a white and a black wire here, and on my original car, well, on this car originally in the loom, this white with a black tracer was connected to this white with a brown tracer, which is the fuel pump. And yeah, so when I checked it, there's no power in this, and then I got the manual out and it says right that these four should go in here. So there's a white and a brown, and then there's a white and a brown coming out. So this one goes off to the overdrive unit, and this one goes off to the fuel pump. So I had to make a bit of a join there, but you know, that's just the way the mob flops, unfortunately. So yeah, things are looking a bit better there now. The dipstick got bling, so I've had that done now. It's blinged up. I think that's about it really. I'll have no doubt more to report on later when I figure out what I'm going to do with the fuel tank, but right now here we are. I've now decided to take on some things that possibly I can go forward with. So feast your eyes on that little puppy. There you go. There's the grill. I love the 74 grill. It's my favourite. So I've changed out the red on red badge and put the red on the black because I like that one better. The only thing that I've found with this one now is that the grill must be slightly taller, and doing that rubber to chrome conversion, the bonnet sits slightly higher than I would like, by about like 3 or 4 mil at least. But there's nothing I can really do about that I'm aware of. So because it sits up there, it also sits up here now, more so on this side than the other side. But yeah, I've got the overriders to fit, and I'm waiting for the spacers to come because I was 2 spacers short. So once they arrive, then the overriders go on, and then that's done. I've been doing some insulation work. Get my light my light. So sound deadening, yeah. So I started yesterday, so now I've finished the transmission tunnel. Done a couple in the floor, sides, and done the one wheel arch, the back. Got that side to do. You can see it's in the door over there. So yeah, I've done. That's. So yeah, I've done that one in there. It's amazing how much crap gets in this car. Anyway, so that's it. Yeah, done that. Now at the back, I've now done the registration plate, backing plate. So that's on now. And then these two registration plate illumination lights, they're very well insulated internally to seal them off from water and things. So well insulated, but they can't get an earth. So I've now fitted an earth wire into them so that the lights actually work. So now I just need a rego plate to go on there. After yesterday's disappointment with the fuel tank, I'll have to carry on with doing the sound deadening now, and then get the carpets in, get the center console under the dash in, then put the transmission tunnel console in. I've ordered a new handbrake switch because that one fell out. And yeah, so it's coming together now, slowly but surely. So once the carpets go in and the door cards go on, and get the carpet on the backs and the sides here, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I've been and chased the guy about the seats, so I'm hoping to get those back by the end of September. So I had to have everything running then and have all the brakes done, and the clutch pin should have arrived. So yeah, looking forward to that bit now. Can't wait. It's been a long time coming. So just as a little add-on, there's two things that I have found really valuable when I've stripped this down and stripped the car down completely. One was keeping the old wiring harnesses. So as I took everything out from the car, I labelled everything up, where it went, what it did. So, you know, reversing lights, and, you know, got other ones here, windscreen wiper, windscreen washer pump. So labeling all that, and then keeping the fuse box and everything else, the old fuse box like that. When it's come to figuring out some of the wiring stuff that I've had to deal with, like when the fuel pump wouldn't work, having this and being able to look and see what was going on, because when I was having a look at that connection, wherever it is now, it's a connection that went, anyway, it doesn't matter now. But when I got to the white with the black tracer, and I could see that that cable hadn't been used at all because it was all corroded on the bullet, so it was quite easy to discount that one and put it in the right place, so now the fuel pump works. But yeah, label and photographs, right? I have spent a long time looking at photographs just to make sure that things go back the way they did. Like when the wiring loom came in through the firewall, originally I had it in front of the windscreen wiper motor, and then I found out when I was looking at the YouTube video of how to do it, it was a left-hand drive car. Mine's obviously right-hand drive. So yeah, it's one of those things, right? Photographs, the best. I think, yeah, for lessons learned, that was one of the best. Thank you very much indeed for the subscribers and for the comments, all gratefully received, and I'll reply as and when I can, and thank you very much indeed for the support that I'm getting.